Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos every Tuesday. I also share an extra monthly video or a Zoom call with my patrons. If you're interested in finding out about supporting me over there, that link is here down in the description. Today's video is my Q1 planning update for 2022. What I do in these planning update videos is basically just take you through my planners and let you know how each one is working out. Am I still in the same things from the last quarter? So I started the year with my 2022 stack video, and I will link that down here in the description. If you have not watched that or you are new to my channel, you probably definitely want to go and watch that video because that shows you everything I'm using and gives you the background on it. I'm not going to so much, and it also goes through even all my journaling. I'm not going to so much give you the background on it today, just a quick update on each item. So if you haven't watched that 2022 stack video, I would watch it before this one. Let's jump right in. This is my Shelly monthly planner. If you've been here, you know for the past, this is going on the 4th year, I think I've used this. And this is like, so 2022 would be my 4th year to use it. Is my like ride or die for the month. This is a monthly. It takes the place of a monthly like wall calendar for me. It's easier to write in than a wall calendar. It sits on an acrylic easel on my desk. I got this one at CONDREN, but they don't sell these anymore. I know you can find them just at craft stores or on Amazon if you're looking for one, but it just sits up on an acrylic easel on my desk, and it really is like my monthly guide. Anything big for the month goes on here like it would onto a wall calendar. And this happens to be my collab planner with Shelly. I got to have my say in the cover. I gave her the inspiration for the cover, and then she designed it, which she did an amazing job. And then I got to pick the color for every single month. That was so much fun, but it's even more fun to use it. And I just sent in all my new colors and cover inspo for the 2023 Shelly collab planner. So we are doing another one together for 2023, and I am so excited. And many of you were so sad because she's a small company, a one-woman show, and so she can't over-order her inventory so much and be stuck with it. She did order a small amount to start out the first year and see how it sold. This year, I took a survey here on YouTube and Instagram to decide how many she will order for this next year. So I do have a feeling, even though she's ordering a lot more, that they will still sell out. So if you are interested in getting one of these, definitely be on the lookout. Her products usually launch in 2023 around the first week in September. But of course, I will keep you updated on my Instagram about when it's launching, and I will even try to do a community post here for sure when my collab planner is launching. So I'm loving using this. Ashley has 80-pound paper. She has light lines on every month, which is what I love, and the quality paper. And I love that I got to choose the colors for every month. This clip is from Madyson and Marie Etsy shop, and I will link that down in the description. Also, Shelly is sold out of all her monthly planners, even in her color scheme, which she makes her own color scheme, and in my collab one, they are all sold out. So if you're wanting to get one of these, I also love it because it is thin. There's only one page in between every single month. And I love that because it makes it not too big of a book to sit up on an easel on my desk. So everything that goes in here goes in my iCal. Appointments do go in my iCal. I don't bring my planner anywhere with me when I go out to appointments or out and about. I do come home though and write everything on here. But everything that's in here is generally in my iCal too. My Golden Coil weekly planner. Now this is where I told you guys I wasn't sure how these two were going to overlap together. I have been using ERIN CONDREN. You guys know this is probably like my 5th year, and I have always been in the weekly vertical, and it has worked so well for me. And last year was the first time I moved out of it. At the beginning of the year, I moved out of it like for 3 months to try to use a different golden coil layout. I ended up moving back into my ERIN CONDREN because the colors and the fonts, the stickers, I sticker it up for the whole year all at once, right when I get it, and I use the academic year, which starts in June. I do have a whole video about stickering my whole planner at once, why and what I use and how I do it, and I will link that video down in the description too. I ended up coming back to the ERIN CONDREN after 3 months last year, and so this year, for all of January, I used them together because This just gives you a little bit of room every single day to write tasks, but then you can see your weekly list all at once. And this is also sitting up on an acrylic stand, an acrylic planner stand from ERIN CONDREN, which she does still sell those right now. It's sitting on this planner stand. This particular design is sold out on ERIN CONDREN, but they do have a Hello Kitty design, which you can't see much of when your planner's on it, which is available right now. But this golden coil sits on that planner stand. I like it because I can see my main events for every day up in front of me, the main things I have to get done or where we have to go, and I can see my weekly list. My weekly list was really getting lost because I would either write it in my daily notebook, which we'll get to later, or I would just write it on a tablet of paper and keep it on my desk. So it would go back and forth between being in my daily notebook. I noticed I rarely flipped back to look at it. So that was not a great plan for me for this time in my life. It just wasn't working. So then I'd write it on a notepad. It would be on my desk. That honestly, that worked pretty well. Someday I may go back to that. But I loved the thought of seeing my main things for every day with my weekly list right in front of me. And some weeks I've been using this journaling space because it's just like a bullet journal. This is actually their bullet journal layout. Some weeks I've been using that and some weeks I haven't. And that doesn't bother me because this is mainly what I'm using and looking at. And I put my top 3 for the week up here. So if you look back, it's been working great for me. I've been using it since the beginning of the year. For January, I used this with my ERIN CONDREN. For February, I decided to stop the ERIN CONDREN and see how I felt with just this. So since the beginning of February, I have only been in this. I also have utilized this as to write my goals in, or possibilities as I call them, for the year, and my monthly list. And I have a whole video about how I did my goals and monthly lists and check-ins in here in my golden coil. So I will pop that video down in the description too. I went all into that. Well, I haven't been in here since February. I started using this in February just for memory keeping, kind of wrote 3 good things from the day because it's just such a pretty planner and I already had my stickers down and I decided to keep memory keeping in it. Then this week, I went back to planning it only to just kind of see how it felt. It was kind of like a test. And then I didn't actually use it that week for planning. And now into March, I have not done anything. We are now, what are we? We're done with the first week in March. Today is Sunday, March 6th. I have not planned in here. I'm not sure if I'm going to go and memory keep in here anymore. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but it is really pretty and motivational to me. So I think I'm going to use it in some way. But right now, I think I'm feeling like this is working for me and I'm going to continue to stay in here right now. There are definitely things I miss about the ERIN CONDREN. I could switch back at any time, but this is not big enough to hold my whole weekly list. Very short lines, and I would definitely have to move my weekly list because you see how big it is some weeks. It's not only my channel work, but it's housework, it's things with the kids, it's everything, things to order and shop for, and this just isn't enough for me. I definitely miss the vertical, just looking straight across and seeing, because I would put all my appointments up top. And now what I'm doing is kind of making 3 highlighters and doing my top 3, and an appointment would be part of the 3. Anywhere I have to go is definitely in my top 3. But then they're not quite standing out as much as being in the top box. I miss the ERIN CONDREN fonts. I miss the ERIN CONDREN colors. I really do. And there's really no room on this page to put my stickers on it because I need to utilize every space since it's just this one page sitting up on my easel. This is still kind of a work in progress to see where I land. But right now I am in here. And if I use this for anything, it's just for memory keeping or inspiration. If I want to write down good things or things I plan to do, or I might use that again in some way. Like I said, all of February was memory keeping. So we'll see what I do in March. Here is set up for next week because today is Sunday. So I decided to highlight my appointments in a different color. And in that way, still have my 3 highlighter marks for my top 3 of the day, and appointments always count in the top 3. So that's kind of what it looks like at the beginning of the week. And that's where I am with the ERIN CONDREN and the golden coil. And I do realize, ERIN CONDREN is going to be launching their new designs, I don't know, sometime It's usually the end of April, beginning of May. I do not have a date. I know as that time rolls around, I don't know. I definitely might get the itch to switch back into Erin Condren and just do my weekly list on, I still might do my weekly list on here and then maybe just not write as much up here. Maybe just write appointments here and that's it. So maybe appointments stand out. I have thought of doing that, just leaving this appointments only in my weekly list. It can still be on the easel on my desk for me to see the list up front and use this for my to-dos because I am missing, that is what I am missing. And you'll see when I go into my daily kind of bullet journal that I'm trying to figure all this out. I am missing being able to list a whole bunch of other things on the day that like I intend to do. And that's where I go for like my daily list. It kind of goes to which day I'm on. Who knows? This is a system in the works, and the next quarterly update, I could have completely changed what I'm doing. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing now and all my thoughts because I know people are interested. So we'll go to the daily notebook next because this will kind of explain how I'm missing the Erin Condren. They were doubling over in some aspects, but there was something I missed. So then I started kind of drawing this out like the Erin Condren, which makes no sense if I miss my Erin Condren, right? I was using this Leuchtturm 120 GSM, their new paper, which I talk all about this in my recent notebooks video, all the notebooks that I've used for my daily list and which ones I've loved the most. I will pop that video down here in the description too. But this isn't working for me either because then I miss having a whole page per day, but I did already map it out for next week. But this is, I was just dividing the page in half per day to be able to come and write my events in here and thought I could use this kind of as my daily weekly combo. So it could take away the Erin Condren aspect of being able to write events, ahead per day to do. It could also take the place of a whole page per day daily planner, but I'm really missing the whole page per day and just having a clean page per day. So I don't think I'm going to continue this layout. That's my thinking right now. Although I might keep it up for this week because I did already draw this week. And I was putting a weekly list in here too, which is redundant with having my golden coil up on my desk. As you can see with my daily planning and with switching this weekly planner out, I really am kind of up in the air what I'm doing. And it does kind of feel up in the air. And I want to find a spot to land. That's what I'm working on right now. And hopefully by the next quarter, you will see me landed. Because already this was stressing me when I got to really busy days. And just this weekend, today, I wrote my daily list back in my Becky Higgins notebook, page per day, gave me a big space for a list, not worry about it spilling anywhere again. And I was using a page per day of a list in here, as you can see. So that was working fine too. That was a whole page per day, a list in here. So I don't know where I will stay with my daily and my weekly. Talking this all out loud is definitely helping me to evaluate it too. I just put this Leuchtturm in a HOBONICHI cover that I have, and I prefer to leave the front out and just have the back in the cover, but I do like to be able to stick my pen and highlighters here. That is really nice to have, and I prefer the back to not be in here because it gives me a really hard, good surface to write on when I'm near the front of the book. Whereas the pockets would leave some bumps if I stuck it in here and not a hard surface. So that's where I am on my daily and weekly planner. My content planner, I'm completely in love with still. This is my second year to use this particular golden coil layout for my content planner. This is the layout I used. I have a whole video up here going through this planner and the weekly planner right here that I've been using this year. I have a whole video up on YouTube going through these two, the layouts, all the extra pages I added. So if you're interested in that, I will link that down in the description also. But this works out so great for my content planning. I don't want to accidentally show you guys something in here that I can't show, but I will try to show you kind of how a used week looks. No, actually, this is going into next week. So I already have this kind of outlined for next week. This was this week. Yes, and kind of how it looks. That is my content planner, and I do have some extra pages up front and stuff that I can't show you guys now that it's written in, but that I did share in the walkthrough of it when it was blank. I absolutely love this artist cover from Golden Coil also. But all the Golden Coil information is in that review video. So you might be wondering, where does Planner Perfect fit into all this still? Well, Planner Perfect, every month I have been sharing my setup videos, and when I do that, I share how I used the last month, and it's been so different. I have journaled some in here in March, and then I have also gone into it for my daily list when I wanted the full page, and I've also gone into it like just the night before when I kind of want to script out and think about how the next day is going to be. I just wrote in this next week. I haven't really been using the weeklies. Right now, it really is something that I come in here. I think this is kind of like my pre-planning, my thinking at night. I come into it at night and I do whatever I want in it. It sits where I do my journaling at night. And I either script some for the next day, which not really scripting full sentences, but it's more like listing, thinking about how I want the next day to go, the order of the next day, what we have coming up. And it really is just calming for my mind at night to do that. And if I don't do that, sometimes I'll do it when I wake up in the morning there in my bedroom where it is. And then also, like I said, I've grabbed it just for my list like yesterday in a weekend brain dump. I do love having this beautiful decorated book. I really do love working on the Planner Perfect pages, and we'll see how this fits into my system. Right now, I'm using it just in my room and not even in the leather because I am just using this book. That is how it's serving me. I did share about my March setup and how I used February. At the end of my Planner Perfect Leathers video that just went up, I shared about all the leather TNs I have and the options that are available with her. And I shared my March setup really quickly in that video because I didn't have a video slot to do a whole setup. But I do plan to do an April setup, and then I will report how I used March in that video too. Now, I have a few other things to touch on. I don't always bring all my journals into these videos for the update, but we'll just update really quickly. I'm still in my Some Lines a Day Leuchtturm because I shared all these in my 2022 stack video extensively. I'm in my last year of my Some Lines a Day Leuchtturm. So I am in my 5th year. I love that one. I am in my 3rd year of my Unbound 5-year. This one's a little bit different. This is just to write like one quick thing every day of how I saw the Lord's hand in my life that day or a blessing I felt that day. So this one is just really quick. This one's quick too, but it's writing a little bit more. It's just basically about some events that happened that day, like with our family, like just keeping track of the family in our lives and what's happening in our lives. And then this was around my theme of the year is gratitude, my word for the year. This is a really thoughtful and a little bit more intensive gratitude journal for the year. There is a different gratitude challenge for every single month, and it's undated, but it starts in November. So I started it in November, so already got, from November to March. And they give you a little motivation on the theme every month and then the challenge for every month. So there's a different gratitude challenge for every single month. I like it because it goes with my word of the year. It mixes things up. This is on Amazon, and I will leave the link down below in the description. It's definitely challenging me though, because some months are harder than others with the challenge they give you for gratitude. It's definitely harder than I've always done just my gratitudes in my Katie Daisy weekly planner. I will link this review down there too. And I'm actually still writing a gratitude every day in here. It's just so simple. And I already had it because it's a 17-month planner and it started before this started. And I didn't even know I was going to buy this. So I planned to be in here for gratitudes. We'll see if I continue it since I'm kind of doing gratitudes in 2 different places, but it literally takes me 1 minute to think of a gratitude every day and to write it in here. And I love Katie Daisy's artwork. So I'm keeping up with that. I mean, you can't have too much gratitude in your life. I really do feel like it leads you to so much more happiness when you acknowledge and really think about all those blessings you have. And then this is a planner I have not shown or mentioned before. It was not my 2022 stack. I wasn't planning on using it. I was keeping track of my son's homeschooling just in a notebook, which I have always done for years. I tried the ERIN CONDREN teacher planner again this year, and I was really gung-ho about using it in the binder. It's too big for what I need, and this is perfect. I'm not going to show you the pages I've written on because it shows personal information, because I kind of note my son's attitude and any extra chores he did that day also. And I'm sorry I did not notice how zoomed in we were when talking about all those books. I hope that they were mainly in screen, and if they weren't, I am sorry. This little A5 size horizontal planner from ERIN CONDREN has become one of my favorite things. My mom actually got one to see if she was using Simplified weekly planner, and she actually got one of these, but she hasn't come by my house to get it yet, to see if she wanted to switch to this from her Simplified weekly planner, because there are some things that she thinks she might like better in this one. Looking at this planner, it works for me for our homeschool because I don't need to keep track of a lot. I can write what he did each day. And actually at the bottom of each week, I've been just writing in Monday through Sunday here and doing a little habit tracker for certain habits. So it's easy to draw in a habit tracker here with the lines, and there's the right number of lines. So that's perfect. And writing what he did each day, and I can glance over the week and see how it went with him and where we are, because he mainly manages his own school, but I like to keep track of what's going on. I love how this lays completely flat. It really does. It lays flat open so well. It's just the perfect size. It's beautiful. It feels good in hand. I am in love. I mean, I wish I could use this for my life planning. I wish my life was this simple. I love just this little book. It has her same amazing 80-pound paper, although it doesn't have quite as much tooth as in her Coiled life planner. This is a new thing, which I started near the beginning of the year. I think just a couple weeks into January, like maybe 2 weeks. But I had no idea I was going to use it and love it so much. And this has now become a staple for homeschool. I probably won't use it over the summer, although maybe I will, because maybe I will just use his habit tracker to see what certain habits, if he's doing his chores and things for the week, and maybe kind of note attitude every day just for me. It's not for him to see. He never looks at this, and he could care less about this. I don't even think he knows where I'm keeping track of things. He hasn't even asked me. That is how I'm keeping track of his homeschool this year. He is 13 years old, and I only have one left to homeschool. So that is that. All right, and last but certainly not, well, I guess it is least because I'm not using it anymore. We have the Passion Planner, which I told you guys, I did a post about this on Instagram after I did my 2022 stack. So this didn't start then, but I just had this inkling where I've done this before in a Passion Planner. I actually did it in a small size. This is a medium size, but I kept up with it for a whole year before. And it's just memory keeping in a Passion Planner. It works really well for me, and I like the flow of it and how washi tape and stickers just brightens the page so much. And I went into this, so I started on January 17th with no intention at all of keeping it up for the whole year. I was just I just felt the inkling to do it. I guess I needed this creative, fun outlet, and there's something about, memory keeping. And I guess because I wasn't doing as much memory keeping, I wasn't really using my planner perfect for memory keeping. I was just feeling drawn to use it for this. But I only did it for a couple weeks. Then I decided that I don't want to continue it anymore. And I knew I wasn't going to do it for the whole year, but I honestly had no idea how long I would keep it up. But I also told myself, it doesn't matter. I'm doing lots of other journaling. If I want to go back to Planner Perfect for more creative memory keeping, or if I don't want to do it anywhere. So I did it, let's see. And I used a lot of Planner Perfect washi tape, and also the Passion Planner Holiday Sticker Book is in here. They are really easy to remove, and I haven't had any of them coming up except for this one that I see. And maybe that's one that I moved. But I really like the Passion Planner Holiday Sticker Book. They're really cute stickers. And so I stopped at the end of February. So I did it from January 17th through the end of February. And then I've decided I don't want to right now. I might pick it up at another point during the year. I'm totally fine with that. This type of thing is not for me to have this big finished beautiful book, because I honestly don't think anyone is going to look through it later in my family. This for me serves for me at the time. It's the journey of the documenting. It's what it does for me to sit down and think about how that day went, how that week went, the good things from that week. And that's mainly what I was using this for. Good things from the week, good things that happened, something good to focus on. Kind of like your wellness, your heart goals, what things you want to focus on, and writing quotes or scripture in here. And it's just, or a hymn. So it was just for that type of thing. And it's about the journey. It's not about me having the finished, perfected book. And when I'm feeling like it's a drain on me and I don't want to do it anymore, I'm just not going to, because I already have my 2 5-year journals going and my gratitude journaling. And that's kind of like my big journaling for this year. And if I want to, I do pick up Planner Perfect and journal too. And to wrap up this video, I will just show you when I was playing around in Passion Planner for memory keeping. I just did a page in MäksēLife because I just wanted to play around in it, basically. I wanted to see how it felt to do the memory keeping in MäksēLife. I love it. It looks beautiful. So I just put some washi from washitapeshop.com. I have a 10% off code always to there. They have amazing washi tape and like washi sticker tape. I've shared it in other videos here and in an IGTV, even recently, a haul I got. So it's Amanda 10% off for the washi tapeshop.com. Always, that will be down in the description and my affiliate link there. That's an old Planner Perfect tape from one of her boxes last spring. I love that bird. I do have a 20% off code for Planner Perfect, Amanda20. It's just one-time use. You don't have to be a first-time customer, but it is one-time use. So fill up your cart, or you can use it on a subscription box. It's Amanda20, and it excludes leathers. That cute sticker is from the washitapeshop.com also. It's like these big rolls of stickers that they sell. They are so adorable for spring. They have some really cute ones. I just wanted to see what it felt like. I was like, if I'm memory keeping like this, would I rather do it in MäksēLife or would I rather do it in Passion Planner? So I just did this one page to play around with it. I think either one can work really well. I do love having the bound book for memory keeping. And there is kind of more room on the page, although I do like the whiter, cleaner look of the MäksēLife. So that's just something fun. I don't always show you guys everything I play in these videos, but this time I just thought I would. I also pulled out this huge, large Passion Planner. Tara, my friend over at Homeschool with me on Instagram, has been using this, and she made me want to just pull it out and try it. I have used Passion Planner off and on through this channel many times. If you guys have been here, you've seen me. I have a whole huge Passion Planner playlist and show a lot of my planning on that playlist. I will pull Passion Planner out. It's usually the medium size bound when I have a really busy week, if I just want to map things out and see everything like time-wise and list-wise and everything all on one page. It is so great for that. But I've never used the Coiled large. I just thought because it would give you more room, but not take up more room on your desk, because I was pulling out the medium, like I said, when I usually on busy weeks when I wanted to map things out. And that actually takes up more room open than the large does. I mean, the large is a little bit taller, but you have bigger writing room in here. And so I took it out on a couple weeks and played around with using it. Like taking the place of my daily planner, because this is almost big enough to keep your daily list. So it could kind of take the place of a daily and my weekly planner. But I'm just too sad to give up Golden Coil or ERIN CONDREN. I really enjoy working in them more right now, even though the layout of Passion Planner is great. And I really like having a clean page per day right now, versus this is enough room, but it gets to be a lot to look at, So I played around in there for, I think, 2 weeks. I really used it this week. And then this week I just wrote it and I think I abandoned it. Yeah. And this week I kind of had done up to move into. I mean, there is something about seeing like your appointments laid out and then all your to-dos and everything at once. And who knows, I might pull it out again, but I'm not using it right now. So you guys, that wraps us up for Q1 planner. And I even threw in my journals this time and journal updates. All my discount codes are going to be linked down in the description and affiliate links. I also have like $10 off to ERIN CONDREN if it's your first time purchase. And I have a $5 off to Passion Planner if it's your first time purchase. And I'm probably leaving out some codes I have of things that I've shared today. I will list all those things up top that pertain to this video. And I will also list all the other videos I mentioned. They will be linked down in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. I love to hear your thoughts and comments after these videos down in the description, or not the description, down in the comments. I love to hear what you're planning in. Please share down in the comments. Have a good one, guys. Take care of yourselves and take care of others. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.